In this video lecture, we're going to solve 14 problems on order of operations. I assigned you these problems in the last lecture to work on your own, and then I gave you the answers. And I told you that in the next lecture, that is this lecture, we're going to go over the solutions. Hopefully you did watch that lecture, and now you do understand the order of operation rules. Let's now go over the solutions of these 14 problems. And before we start solving these problems, let me remind you of the rules of order of operations one more time. So we said that the rules are abbreviated as PEMDAS, where P, the first letter, it is for parentheses. That means in a given expression, if there is parentheses, you're going to solve that first, followed by the exponent. If there is an exponent, that means repeated multiplication. That will be solved next. After you have taken care of the parentheses and the exponents, that is, if your expression had any of them. Next thing you're going to look for is if there is any multiplication or division. If there is a multiplication but no division, you're going to do multiplication next. If there is division but no multiplication, then you will do division next. But if you have multiplication and division both, in that case, solve your expression left to right. If multiplication comes first, perform the multiplication. If division comes first, then perform the division. Once you have multiplied and or divided, then you're going to check if there is an addition and or subtraction. Let's say there's only addition and no subtraction. Then you're going to do addition. Let's say there's no addition but there is subtraction. Then you perform subtraction. But if you have addition and subtraction both, then go from left to right and whatever comes first, addition or subtraction, perform that first. Alright. These rules will make more sense as we work through these problems. Let's write this PEMDAS on the side here. Problem number 1. Do we have any parentheses? Nope. Is there an exponent? No. Is there a multiplication? Yes. Is there a division? Yes. Addition? No. Subtraction? No. So we have multiplication and division both. But we said that multiplication and division, they are of equal status. One is not bigger than the other. One is not more important than the other. What you do is you go from left to right and whatever comes first, you do that first. So going from left to right, we have division first. So you do 12 divided by 3 and that gives you 4. Then you multiply this 4 by 2. This 2 over here. And that gives you 8. So your answer is 8. This problem is a prime example of the fact that multiplication does not come before division. Moving on to the second problem. Do we have any parentheses? Sure do. This 1 plus 2. So we're going to solve these parentheses first. What do we get? We get 18 divided by 3 times 3. And now we have division and multiplication both, just like in problem number 1. Since division comes before multiplication, going from left to right, we are going to perform this division before we perform the multiplication. 18 divided by 3, that is equal to 6. 6 times 3 is 18. So the answer for number 2 is 18. Hope that it makes sense. It is just following the rules. Problem number 3. Is there any parentheses? Nope. Is there an exponent? Sure is, 5 squared. So the first thing we're going to do is evaluate the value of this exponent. So what do we get? We get 40 minus 2 times 25. 25 comes from 5 squared. Next. Do we have multiplication and or division? Yes, we have only multiplication. So we're going to perform this multiplication before we perform the subtraction. multiplication comes before subtraction. That gives us 40 minus 50, which is equal to minus 10. Moving on to problem number 4. Do we have parentheses? We do. So we're going to perform parentheses first. What do we get? 15 minus 3 is 12. 12 divided by 3 times 4. By now, I hope that everybody knows that if we have multiplication and division both in an expression, then multiplication doesn't always come before division. You go from left to right. Whichever comes first between multiplication and division, you perform that first. So here in this case, we have division coming before multiplication. So we are going to perform this division first. 12 divided by 3. That gives us 4. And then we have 4 times 4 is equal to 16. So the answer is 16. Moving on to problem number 5. Let me write down PEMDAS here, so we can refer to it whenever we need to. In problem number 5, we have only exponent. But this exponent over here, which is minus 3 squared, it can be written as minus 1 times 3 squared. I want you to understand that this minus here, it is not part of the power. It is not being squared. So you square only the 3, and that gives you minus 9. So let's write it down, minus 9 plus. In the second term, now we have minus 3 inside the parentheses. That means this minus 3, which is actually minus 1 times 3. This entire thing is squared, which gives you minus 1 squared is 1, 3 squared is 9. This is equal to 9. Hopefully you already knew this. So we get minus 9 plus 9 equals 0. So the answer for this problem is 0. Moving on to problem number 6 next. Do we have any parentheses? No. Do we have any exponent? No. Do we have any multiplication and or division? Yes, we have both. So what we're going to do is we are going to go from left to right, and whichever operation comes first between multiplication and division, we are going to perform that first. So we have this division first. We're going to do this first. 100 divided by 5, that gives us 20. Then we have times 2 divided by 4. Going from left to right once again. Now we have 20 times 2, which gives us 40. 40 divided by 4, that gives us 10. So the answer for number 6 is 10. Problem number 7. Do we have any parentheses? Sure, not just one. We have 2 sets of parentheses in number 7. We have these ones here, and we have these square ones on the outside. So what do you do in this case? In case where you have more than one pair of parentheses, where you have more than one set of parentheses, you would solve the expression inside the innermost parentheses first. That means you're going to solve for this 3 plus 2 times 4, this first. Now here we have multiplication and addition. Which one is performed first between addition and multiplication? Multiplication, right? So we're going to do 2 times 4, which is 8, plus this 3. This gives us 11 for the expression inside these parentheses. So what do we get? We get 2 times, square parentheses begin, 15 minus 11, parentheses close, equals. This gives us now 2 times. We're going to evaluate the parentheses first. 15 minus 11 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. So our answer is 8. Moving on to problem number 8. Let's write down our friend PEMDAS over here. Do we have any parentheses in problem number 8? Yes, we do. So we're going to evaluate the expression inside these parentheses first. 1 plus 1, That gives us 2. And then this 2 is being cubed. So we get 24 divided by 4 times 2 cubed. We have taken care of the parentheses. Next is exponent. So we're going to figure out this 2 cubed next. And that would give us 24 divided by 4 times 8. What do we do next? Now we have multiplication and division. We're going to go from left to right. And between multiplication and division, whatever comes first, we do that first. So first thing is division. 24 divided by 4 is equal to 6. And 6 times 8 is 48. Answer is 48. I hope that you're finding these problems easy now. For number 9, do we have any parentheses? Yes, we do. This minus 2 is inside the parentheses and it is raised to power 4. So what do we get? We have this minus 2 to the power 4 and minus 2, this entire thing, to the power 4. It becomes 2 to the power 4. Then we have minus 2 times 3 squared. Now 2 to the power 4, it is equal to 16. So what do we get? Minus 16 from minus 2 to the power 4. We get minus 16 coming from minus 2 to the power 4 plus 2 to the power 4 gives us plus 16. Then we have minus 2 times 3 squared. So as you can see, minus 16 and plus 16, they cancel each other out. And we are left with minus 2 times 3 squared. Now we have multiplication and an exponent. Which one do we perform first? Exponent. What do we get? Minus 2 times 3 squared is 9. Minus 2 times 9 is minus 18. So our answer is minus 18 over here. Moving on to problem number 10. In problem number 10, we have only division, but it is performed 3 times. How do we evaluate it? Go from left to right. So 36 divided by 3, that gives us 12. Then we'll have 12 divided by this 3 divided by 2. 12 divided by 3, that gives us 4. 4 divided by 2 gives us 2. So the answer is 2. Moving on to number 11. I hope that you know that these two vertical lines on either side of 3 minus 7, that means the magnitude or the absolute value of 3 minus 7. And just like parentheses, these should be performed first. So what do we get? We get 12 divided by 2 times magnitude of 3 minus 7, that is equal to 4, plus minus 4 squared. Now the next thing that we're going to do is, of course, the exponent. So what do we get? 12 divided by 2 times 4 plus minus 4 is squared, and that gives you 16. Now we have addition, multiplication, and division. Multiplication and division must be done before addition is done. So what do we get? 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 times 4 plus 16. 6 times 4 is 24. 24 plus 16, that gives us 40. So the answer for number 11 is equal to 40. Problem number 12. In problem number 12, we have a parentheses. So we are going to solve for parentheses first. What do we get? 2 to the power 3, and this power 3 is being squared, minus 2 cubed, that is equal to 8, and this 8 is being squared. Now we're going to take care of the exponents. So the first term is 2 to the power 3 to the power 2. That means this power here, this power is being squared. And 3 squared, that gives us 9. So it is 2 to the power 9 minus 8 squared. 8 squared is 64. Now what is 2 to the power 9? 2 to the power 9 is 512. 512 minus 64. That gives us 448. So the answer for number 12 is 448. Moving on to problem number 13. Here we have a fraction. So what we need to do is we need to evaluate the numerator of the fraction and the denominator of the fraction. Numerator. Numerator is 18 minus 6 divided by 2. There are only two operations in the numerator, a subtraction and a division. We know that division takes precedence over subtraction. So what do we do first in the numerator? We do 18 minus 6 divided by 2 is 3. And in the denominator we have an exponent. So we're going to perform the exponent first, and 3 squared gives us 9. And there's minus 15. What do we get? 18 minus 3, that is equal to 15. In the denominator, we have 2 times 9, which is 18. 18 minus 15 is 3. 15 minus 3 is equal to 5. So the answer is 5. Moving on to the last problem. Problem number 14. Here we have a lot of stuff to do. What do we do first? There are no parentheses. However, we do have an absolute value over here. We should evaluate this first. So what do we get? We get minus 4 squared. That is going to give us minus 16 at the top, plus 6 divided by 2 times 3 divided by minus 2 minus 3 is minus 5, but we are taking its absolute value. So that is 5. Minus 2 squared is 4, plus 2 to the power 2 to the power 3. That gives us 2 to the power 3, which is 8. That is 2 to the power 8, divided by 16 times 2. Okay. We could evaluate this here, and then in the same step, we could also figure out this division. It's up to you. It's not going to change anything. 6 divided by 2, that gives you 3. And this 3 times this 3, that gives you 9. So we have 16 plus 9 divided by 1. Let's just leave it alone here and move on to the next term. 2 to the power 8. That is going to be equal to 256 divided by 16 times 2. What do we get? Minus 16 plus 9. That is equal to minus 7 plus 256 divided by 16. That is 16 times 2. This is going to be minus 7 plus 16 times 2 is 32. What is 32 minus 7? That is equal to 25. So the answer for number 14 is 25. So the answer for number 14 is 25.